Good morning, afternoon, or evening. My name is Jen, and welcome to Rise and Shine Yoga, which is not always for morning, all day, all the time. Always good for Rise and Shine Yoga. So let's get comfortable. Let's find our spot. Today we're going to be doing just some nice, gentle stretches, a little bit of core, a little bit of upper, a little bit of lower, a little bit of everything. It's all good. So get into your comfy position. And let's spend the next 45 minutes together. Make sure you have some fluid near you. Grab it. Make sure it's close by that you can grab it at any point in time. I'll try to remember to find some good spots to tell you to drink, but of course, always, especially since this is a recorded class, you can always pause, make adjustments, grab things for extra comfort, all that stuff. Take 2 more breaths. And then let's nice and slowly transition to tabletop or some cat-cow. Let's pop this over to the side. All right, so we're going to do cat-cows today. Now, you can obviously do standard ones, no problem, but I would like to do them in a kind of a circular motion. So what I mean by that is we're here in our cat-cow, or we're here in a tabletop, I should say, and we do cat, and we do our cow. So this is our standard. We're here, we're having a wonderful time. I like to add in a little motion. So it's a kind of like going around a clock, and at 12 o'clock we do a cat or a cow, and then it's just a walk to the opposite. And then let's switch directions. So I'm getting some good movement from those knees. I'm getting some good movement from that shoulder joint, and I'm getting good movement in my back. And then find your way back to the center, and we're just going to shake the cat and cow tail. And then we're gonna sit back and come forward. Head down and up. Back, forward, head down and up. And if this doesn't speak to you, totally fine, do your own thing, no worries. Just adding in some movement where normally there would be none. Do one more. And then come up to tabletop. All right, let's bring one knee just a little farther back and just point that foot up towards the sky. You can either stay here. If you want to remove the hand and grab it, you can. And if you want to lift that leg, you can. So you decide. It all is going to depend on what time of day it is, what you've done, what you're doing, who's calling you on the phone, all that sort of stuff. And then release that foot down. Let's do the other side. Bend that knee, point that foot up. You want to grab it. And if you want to lift it. And then release it down. So back on those heels. Pull those shoulders back. Pull those arms back. Point that chest forward and really look straight ahead with intention. Let those arms go and then they can feel nice and loosey-goosey. And then come on to those forearms. Drop that head, swing a little side to side. We're gonna do bird dog, but we're only gonna do the feet or the legs. So we're gonna kick it either back, straight up, or back. So you decide. All it's gonna depend on your room, or you can alternate between the two sides. Do one more, however you're doing it. And then switching that over, weight on the other leg, and then decide. I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to do the same like I did on the other side. So I'm just alternating between the two, kicking out and kicking up. And totally decide to pick just one. And then I'm going to come back down. All right, I'm going to sit back on those heels. I'm going to roll it up. And I'm going to do just the arms. I'm going to come out and down. So we're just doing just one side. So you decide, is that arm just coming straight in front? Is it coming a little bit to the side? Is it thumb up, thumb down, whatever it is. Keeping this shoulder back and down. It's not lifting up. We're not bringing those shoulders up to our ears. And let's switch to the other side. Whatever you're doing. do one more. All right, and then come on down, shake it out. I would like you to bring your arms in this type of position. Eventually put them on the ground. And all we're gonna do is have a nice straight leg. So I'm gonna straighten out my left leg. And I'm gonna come up, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down, tap, come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tap. 2 more times like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tap. Switch it out. Other leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, tap. 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 Release. Now, if you want to stay here, totally cool. We're going to do it again. Otherwise, we're going to come up to a downward dog position and do the same thing. So we're just adding more range of motion here. So if I'm going to transition, I'm going to remove my forearms from the ground. I'm going to come into downward dog. I'm going to take a couple seconds here to get situated. If you don't want to go to downward dog, you can stay in that same position and do the same exact thing. All right. I'm just going to scooch forward a little bit so I don't hit the wall. All right, we're going to lift that leg up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tap. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tap. Come on down. Take a little rest off those wrists. Make any adjustments that you need to do. We're going to go and do the other side. Same thing. Hopefully you have enough gusto and strength to do the other side. We're going to try it. If you need to come down, you come down. No worries. Okay. Let's come back up. Situate yourself. Let's lift the other leg. Oops. I'm going to hit the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tap. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tap. Beautiful. Bring those knees down. And then actually bring them out to this side. So they're here. Now, I want one foot here, one leg there, and one leg here. So we have a nice little angle here, nice little angle here. I'm lifting myself up and putting myself back down, so I'm sitting nice and tall on the parts of my pelvis that are touching the ground. So, shoulders back and down. Bring those arms behind and grab the opposite elbow. 5 breaths here. If this is easy, I want you to think of all the things you're supposed to be doing. Physically look at your body, see what needs to be adjusted, and then adjust. Release those arms and then keep this hip on the ground as much as it's on the ground and walk those hands forward. See where you feel the stretching. Do you feel a stretch in this leg and this hip? Hopefully. All right, and then come on back. All right, so this is my left hip. I'm going to take this left hand and bring it back behind. So whatever it is, it's this leg here that's in front, bring that arm behind. And we're going to have this other arm in front. If you need this other arm somewhere else for support, totally fine. We're just going to lift this hip off the ground and back down 5 times, okay? So we're just going to lift it up and down. Pivoting points here and here. 3, 4, 5. All right, release. Let's shout and do that same thing on the other side of the body. So, sitting ourselves up first. Nice angle here, nice angle here. Make sure there's no skin pulling or anything like that. And then I'm going to lift everything up and sit myself down so my hips are in the best possible position they can be. Always setting yourself up for success all the time. All right, so let's bring those arms back behind. Can you grab the opposite on top if you can, if you remember? 5 breaths. Release, and then we'll walk those hands in front. Remember, we're keeping ourselves situated on the ground, nothing's popping up. And then coming back, and then bringing that one arm behind, and 5 lifts. For 1, for 2, 3, for 4, and 5. Wonderful. Let's position ourselves on our backs. Give those knees a big squeeze. So we're going to do a figure 4 stretch here, and then we're going to roll on over and do pigeon. So if you want to do 2 sets of figure 4, totally fine. If you want to do 2 sets of pigeon, it's totally fine. But we're going to do one. I'm going to do one of each. So drop those feet. Let's lift that right leg up and let's cross it over. Let's point those toes up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to take my right hand and just put it ever so slightly on the inside of my right thigh, just to kind of open it up a little bit. We're not pushing hard, we're just opening up that joint a little. And then you can release and try to keep that angle as close to it as possible. All right, decide, do you want your head down? Do you want your other leg to be straight or bent? You decide what variation you want. But either way, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to grab through and position myself so I can grab the back of my right thigh. I like to have my legs straight, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to really flex that foot. And I enjoy lifting my head, so I'm going to do that as well, but feel free to do your own. Then I'm going to nice and slow come back to center. Take 2 nice breaths. And I'm going to flip over, or I'm going to flip sides. Sorry, I'm not flipping over yet. All right, so my left leg is across. Those toes are pointed up towards the sky. I'm going to open up that hip just a little bit more. That and grab behind the other leg. Take your position. And I'm going to slowly lower it down. take 2 breaths. Right now I'm going to flip over it to my belly. Taking my time. This is a good time to grab some water if it's close by. Give you a couple seconds to do that. I'm just going to roll those hips a little side to side because it feels good. And when that's done, I'm going to tuck those toes under. I can go through tabletop or through plank, but I'm going to end up in downward dog once again. Let's start with the right leg. So lift that right leg up, give it a big stretch. Then bring that knee in. Knee goes to 3, foot goes to 9. And then position yourself so you are supported with straight arms as compared to, we don't want to be out here, we want to be in here. We're going to spend 10 breaths here on this position, so you can be up high or low, you decide. But it is a little bit longer of a pose, so if you need to make any modifications or make any adjustments, make any props, anything like that, feel free. Okay, so let's find the position that you would like to be in for those 10 breaths. And let's breathe. And when you're ready, slowly bring yourself up. And I would like to stay here for a couple more seconds and just turn the head to the left. And then turn the head to the right. Come back through center. Tuck that bottom, or that back foot. Lift it up. And tabletop. Sit back and just come forward and back for a couple little rounds. All right, let's transition back into our downward dog. I'm going to lift the left leg up, bring it back. Stretch, 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 stretch. Bring that knee in. Knee goes to 9, foot goes to 3. And position yourself. Holding it up here for a couple seconds. Just make sure we're doing equal amounts on both sides. Where do you want to spend your 10 breaths for this round? All right, position yourself. And let's breathe. upper body, come back up. And let's turn and face one way. And turn and face the other way. Come on back, tuck those back toes under. And come back to tabletop. So back on those heels. Sit up, bring those shoulders back and down. All right, so we're gonna go into a little plank series now. We're gonna do front planks, side planks, and back planks. So we're gonna go basically through 2 of each. No pressure. We're gonna do them nice and easy. We're gonna do them on our knees. However, if you would like to do them on your toes, feel free. But I'm going to be doing them on my knees as a default that I know everyone can follow along with. And if you want to modify in a different position, feel free. Do your thing. Go nuts. So this is a good time to grab some water again. So let's start out with our front plank. So we're going to do, I'm going to count to 30 for each one of these. You don't have to go to 30, but I'm just counting to 30 as a maximum of where we're going. Okay, so let's come on our forearms. And I'm going to stay on my knees. You can go to your toes. And we're going to hold flat as a board for 1, 2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. For reset, you come all the way down, come all the way up, whatever is best for you. But up next, we have our side plank. So we're going to roll onto your side and feel free to fold over your mat. Make yourself comfortable. Yet again, I'm going to be on my knees here, but you feel free. You can stagger those legs or have them right on top of each other. 30 seconds. For 3, for 2, for 1. Lift up. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, let's roll over. And side number 2. We're going to go through all of these because we're going to go through them twice. So we're not going to spend too much time setting up each time, just because we do want to stick with our 45 minutes. All right, are you ready? And this top arm, well, I want you to match on both sides. If you want, for the second round, if you want to put your arm somewhere else, behind or whatever, that's totally fine. I just like to have it just straight up. All right, for 3, for 2, for 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming down. All right, so for our reverse plank, this one's a little harder in my personal opinion. So in all practice, you're gonna be on your forearms and you're gonna be on your heels and you're gonna lift those glutes up. That can be a little challenging, so if you want to do that, please do. Otherwise, we're going to bend those knees and come onto those forearms and just lift those hips as much as you can. Or you can always do a bridge too, that's totally fine. All right, and let's lift. Shoulders back and down as much as you can. We'll take a little break before we go into round 2, so don't worry. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Oh, get those knees a little hug, and then drop them to one side. Spinal twist. So we are going to go through that one more time. You can make things easier. You can make things harder. You can do something completely different. And release it out to the other side. Come back to center. And we're going to roll back over and do those planks one more time. So, starting out with the front plank. I'm going to turn that way so I can see my clock, but you definitely don't have to. You can face the other direction. This is our last main thing for class today, and then we'll start cooling it down. So remember, you decide how intense you want to make it. All right, let's get situated. And 3, and 2, and 1, and plank. Seconds. 3, 2, 1, release. Take a breather. Set yourself up for a side plank, side A. And 3, and 2, and 1, and lift it on up. Really working those shoulders. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, flip it on over. Three, 2, 1, and lift. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, the last one. On your back, remember you can always do a bridge here if this is uncomfortable of a position for you. We have 3, we have 2, we have 1 on the left. You so come down here. Here is totally fine too. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and down. Hug those knees in. Drop them down. Cross one leg over. Spinal twist, a little bit more stretch. I'm just going to put those arms overhead, but you can put them wherever feels comfortable. And I'm going to release, and I go to the other side. And release. Just shake them out a little side to side. And let's do some arm movements. So I'm going to slide myself down so I don't hit anything. And I'm going to do nice snow angel arms. Next time you come up, stay up and grab a wrist or whatever. Release, let's do 2 more snow angels. And then when you come to the top, grab the other wrist. And release. All right, well, let's do something similar with the legs. So I'm gonna bring myself up. I'm gonna stay up on my forearms here just for room. You definitely can follow me, or you can lay down all the way, or just opening and closing. If you're up high like me, shoulders are back and down. There's no pressure on the neck. Do one more. And then come over to the left side of your mat and take your right leg and cross it over. Should feel a nice little stretch. Definitely feel it more if you're lying down. I will fully agree with that, but I do feel something. Release, back to the center. Let's do 2 more. Open and close. Open and close. Come to the right side of the mat, the left leg over. And release. And let's do one happy baby. So coming right to the middle of my mat, grabbing those feet inside, the outside, the toes, the heels, whatever you got. And one final little bit of play here, bending and straightening those legs, coming in and out, circles, whatever you feel like your body needs right now. And I always feel like I need to change my hand position after a couple minutes to change things up. I feel like I need a little bit more range of motion in each of those different hand positions. So I like to take advantage. But really it is just about play, experimentation, and listening to your body. All right, we're getting ready for Shavasana now. So finish your play and then grab whatever socks you need or water you need, pillow you need, whatever you need. And of course, if your body's telling you, oh, you didn't do blank, do it, go for it, do your thing. We are gonna spend 30 minutes in our Shavasana, and then we'll all come out of it together. Okay. So if you're not already there and enjoying yourself, just go there now. Wiggle those fingers and toes. And I feel like transitioning up by rolling like a ball today. If there's another way that you would like to do it, feel free. Otherwise, we're gonna bring those knees in. I'm gonna grab, and I'm gonna do little rolls. I'm gonna do 5 rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna bring those feet to touch. Lean forward. I'm gonna breathe. Release. I'm going to bring those knees together. And I'm going to thank you for coming to class today. Have a great rest of your day, morning, noon, evening, night, whatever it is. And I will see you another week. As always, let me know if you have any special requests. Love you, Lenham.